Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is TMI, Sunday's edition, the first edition of the week. Like I promised on Thursday, I said I'm going to bring the same set of guests to continue from where they stopped due to a time factor for Thursday's edition of TMI. Well, I have three of them with me here in the studio due to commitment. Bishop Austin Igbasa, let's hope he's able to make it to this studio. I have Okoro Osanho Obaraye, aka put on the table. Will not see or hear any of these things happening. Okoro Osanho, welcome to TMI.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate your coming.
Good morning.
And of course, we have Innocent Quotable. Yeah, I like his stand. I like his stand on the job. Political analyst. Thank you so much.
Good morning, viewers. Thanks for having me.
Of course, and of course, a lecturer from Uniben is Dr. Andrew Omosefe. So passionate about his belief, so passionate to the extent that he will not hold back to defend his belief. Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Eddie.
All right, we are here once again to take a look at this particular discussion, talking about a new government, analyzing Governor Okpebholo's administrative stride. Yes, what he has done so far in less than 2 weeks. So many people have been reacting to it positively, and of course, not so positive. You know, you must only have divergent views and of course opinion. Now let's come generally speaking before going to some of the things. He has a back turn, and I really want Dr. Andrew Mosefe to tee off this discussion. I know you're not a golfer, but you know, so there's a golfer, but let me borrow that term, tee off this discussion. All right, so I'm gonna to you now, less than 2 weeks, like massive work. Some are saying some of these things that he's doing is not going by the books. It's not going by the books. It's not following due process. And some are clamoring, saying there is no plan. It's just jump into governance and start doing, in quote right now, macabre dance, that this is just a flash in the pan. He will not have the strength to sustain what he has started. Generally speaking, what do you feel about the governor's antecedents in less than 2 weeks before we start picking on some of the projects achieved?
Okay, you know, I asked the what is due process? For me, what I understand by due process is better life for Edo people. What I understand by due process is food on the table. What I understand by due process is delivering the dividends of democracy to the doorsteps of the people. These are what I understand by due process. If you claim to be doing a project and the project does not impact on the poorest of the poor, even if you do the bidding process and the whole world actually apply for the, to bid for a particular project, that project will still end up as a white elephant project because it will not translate to the betterment of the lives of our people. So as far as I'm concerned, what Okpebholo has done in less than 2 weeks in office, these are projects that will impact directly on the lives of the people. And in any case, you can't also tell me Okpebholo did not follow due process. Due process will mean that for every project, you already have identified contractors. All right? You have identified contractors. And then maybe you reach out to 3, 4, 5, and then you look out for not just the cheapest, but the one that has the capacity to deliver on the job. And once that is done, what follows? You sign the contract and then kick off the project. Okpebholo is not a noisemaker. During the campaigns, I kept on reiterating this. He's somebody that knows what he's doing, and he cooks it up together with some, with those he believes can help him achieve that thing. And then before you know what's happening, what you will be seeing is manifestation, not rhetorics. And so, if you check what Okpebholo have been doing, you see that there were no noise prior to them. For instance, it was like we all woke up to the realization that there was going to be a flyover project in Ramat Park.
You just woke up to realize.
There was no noise about it. Or his first day in office, when we saw that the fact that they had kicked off work on Teboga, Uniben, and all of those axes. No noise. There was no noise about we are going to disband market unions. Even if I saw it coming, because I know Okpebholo and I understand how he thinks. And I told you here, I mean, it was a firm promise that I made. And I told you, don't worry, just watch. He's going to disband the market unions. I went straight and I told you, and he did, right? But did you hear any noise? Did they have to start consulting, a committee, like Obaseki always do? You set up a committee will take 3 months, just to disband market union. But because Okpebholo is a man that has, a passion for his people, he's a leader that understands that, his people matters. He's a people-first oriented leader. And the man has said, okay, since we know that this is part of the problem, I'm sure your camera lenses must have gone to the market to see the effect of, prices of commodities are crashing in our markets now.
Okay.
Testimonies are there already. So the truth is, all those who are saying Okpebholo is not following due process, I think they should also go back and do some soul searching.
All right.
They have to also think of the harm that they are doing to our people by opposing Okpebholo, by trying to stop it. Because as far as I'm concerned, the PDP and all those other elements that are criticizing Okpebholo for carrying out people-oriented projects are just trying to they're attempting to disturb him from delivering, the dividends of democracy to our people.
I will come back to
one
you.
day it will get to a point when if this criticism continues, our people will rise up against them.
I will come back to you.
And stop them from this their anti-people antics.
All right, I will come back to you. Well, Okoro Sahon Baraye, I think it's high time I asked you this question. For what is if we just woke up and saw? If you take a look at contract being awarded, there should be a process of bidding. And it will be made public. Companies will come and say, look, we can do this, we can do that before they now go through the process. And it takes a while. But this time around, not up to a week, not up to 4 days, we are seeing this happening. What about the aspect of due process in democracy?
Thank you so much, my brother. You just asked a very salient question, which is very, very, very okay. I want to first of all thank you for giving me the privilege to come complete the process we started on Thursday. I also want to ask it's stupid for me to ask a question with a question, but I think sometimes it's good to know what you don't know. But Okpebholo did not become a governor November 12. He was sworn in as a governor November 12. September 21st was the day he became a governor. What would have stopped him not to be sworn in was death. So he overpowered death that period and became a governor. So as at that day he won, when I gave him a form to say from there you are recognized as governor-elect. My brother, wherever he sits, if he was sitting here, the security details about this place will change because he's a governor-elect. So if there are things he needs to put in place, that's why you see he did not also wait for one Mr. Marshall or one Mr. Osamu Diame Osaeho to appoint the Commissioner for Justice. He didn't wait because he already know to say this person that has been with me, that is here, that is there, can do this. He did not also wait to appoint a doctor to the Commissioner for Health. He did not also wait to appoint our very good friend who is so close to 7 feet tall, a seasoned and consummate banker for Commissioner for Finance, because he already knows. So the contract you saw, if you also remember, few weeks or days after his election, you saw a picture online too. When he was meeting with, because he already started work, I think I've recognized him. He didn't wait for Wisi Omasa to start announcing on television. How will he wait for you? Or to come sign MOU to say, I want to come here? No. Those are archaic way of doing things. A child before, let me just give you a scenario of what has changed. In the days before us, or early us, if you want to start a school, you didn't need a birth certificate. What you needed was to put your hand above your head, which was detriment to the shorter people. But later, the kindergarten has started. Even before kindergarten, there was a school Gary school, which a woman or a man around that vicinity picks the children around.
Slate.
And keep them one place. They don't even learn 1, 2, 3. What they just say, they just keep singing to keep them in the place. And today, most of those people that were kept is up, they are seasoned professors and doctors. Later, he metamorphosed to kindergarten. Now, my brother, even kindergarten is overrunning. Our kids, before now, we wait for 7 years before we start talking. Now, if you are not even careful, your child of 2 years start. If he handles your phone, you will be wild with what that child can do with your phone. So, waiting to say, I didn't wait for this. You are speaking English for what is going on already. We should be factored with ourselves now. You already see that the budget too has been passed. What I thought we
will come to that.
No,
we'll come to the budget aspect of it.
Yeah, what I thought we should be studying that. Why did we also salute the courage of this man who didn't start a fight, which 80% of other governors would have done? 80, I don't want to mention
Dr. Andrew,
80% of other governors would have done.
Dr. Andrew, he has a
let me also shock you. In the President of House of Assembly, out of the 24, I'm very close to 16 or 17 of them. Close, where both of us are close. And what they predicted before that was he was coming to fight. They were already scared. Some people were already in their own little way thinking of who become the new speaker, who become the majority leader. Things are going to change. But to their greatest surprise, the man even negated everybody to continue his job. That's to tell you a man that is ready for a job. So there are things you should be looking to say, So this man has also brought, when the Obaseki bought MOU, some of us were happy. They say, okay, this MOU, you call people together, we sit down, the Gelegele MOU was signed, Chinese MOU was, so we're happy with it. And that we should be factored with ourselves. We're happy because, okay, yeah, you will brainstorm and do this. But later after waiting, MOU did not MOU. We are asked to say, what was the basis of it?
Okay.
I get it. So, to me, this video should be kept for ages.
Okay.
Because we are hailing him now because he's doing well. The same way we also bite him
if he's not doing well.
If he's not doing well.
I'll come back to you.
So when a man is doing well, we should forget, does that man dances well? That's the question. Is he dancing well?
All right.
He's not dancing blues to reggae.
I will come back to you. Come on, gentlemen, calm down. And of course, Dr. Mosefe, please, stop throwing jabs, because you're throwing jabs right now. Now, let me go to Innocent Okpebholo. Because on Thursday, you stood for a point and you gave points, the reason why you choose to go that particular way. Has it changed over the days from what you've seen the governor doing? No, so what are your reservations?
My reservations about the government. Now, it is too early to praise the government. In 2016, this was how they praised Obaseki to high heavens. Why people like us were on the other side. All of a sudden, they changed. But when they changed, they started blasting the government. But people like us, we looked at it, and we felt, this man is not doing anything wrong. This guy is on track. And we followed him, and we saw so many things Obaseki did. He built on the foundations of Adams Oshomole. Yes, Oshomole did very well. Obaseki continued the works of Oshomole. Now, this man came. Most of the things Obaseki did is upturning them.
Like what?
I made mention of the or of him revoking the agreement, canceling the agreement, with the private consortium of Edo Specialist Hospital. Now, don't forget, he gave an explanation, which I liked. He said that the reason Oshomole built that hospital was for the rich and the middle class. Why Central Hospital will be for the poorest of the poorest, people who will not be able to afford that premium health care. They will use the Central Hospital. Now, Obaseki, in his wisdom, decided to increase they decided to make Stella Obasanjo Hospital a full-blown hospital. And the intention of that was, or rather, is to make those people who cannot afford the hospital for the elite and the middle class, they can access that hospital. Don't also forget that the government also established the Edo State Health Insurance Scheme, which is relatively very cheap. The premium, buying the premium, health premium, the HMO, very cheap. And when you have it for the next 1 year, you can even access the elite hospital. You understand? So now, saying that Obaseki, like him, saying Obaseki destroyed Edo State, I don't understand. Mondo Okpebholo, yes, I will praise him in certain aspects. The relationship with the current leadership of the House of Assembly. Yes, people like us actually thought that by now there would have been change of guard.
Are you guys not preempting this right now? Because
yes, it will happen. It will happen.
It's like you wanted to zoom into the house.
Certainly, it is a must thing. It will happen. But for him not to make that a priority at the moment, trying to attend to other issues, kudos to him. I'll praise him for that. Talking about the flyover, I am still very much on the opinion that the flyover is not necessary. Yes, you want to approve a contract like that, there's supposed to be a process. You know, you open it up for you publish it in the national dailies, companies will bid, and the company with the best bid takes the contract. But I don't know how he did it. Anyway. But now, that flyover at that Ramat Park is not necessary. Benin City, don't forget. Let me also tell you this, Mr. Wishing. You see, Benin City, I can tell you, of all the places I have traveled to, Benin City has the best road network. Villages that are not yet developed in Edo South, they are already putting roads 200 by 200. If you drive if I can tell you that from Main Gate down to this Oluku, there are roads you can go through. Along those roads, those community roads, you can go through and link up the Benin City bypass. Now, what I feel the governor would have done, he would have taken time to understudy that process. There is Jamila Road. If you tar Jamila Road, probably make it a one-way and link it up with the road beside Guinness. Then, just do something about expand. Just do something. Get engineers. Let them design that Ramat Park again. You will see that it will spend less. 450 million naira is a whopping sum. It's just too much for that.
It's just too much for that.
Yes.
All right, now, gentlemen, you just hold on. I want to go for a break. When we return, we'll dive into the aspect of revocation of employment. Yes, many of you don't know about it. Men have been crying, complaining, say, what have we done? Must you revoke our employment given to us by the past administration? Don't go away. We'll be right back.
TMI, every opinion counts.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is TMI. We're extrailing or analyzing the administrative strides of Governor Monday Okpebholo. Less than 2 weeks in office, and of course I have seasoned analysts with me here in the studio. They are sharing their minds, their thoughts and their opinions on this particular discussion. There was this, well, I call it allegation or truth of the fact that some employment made by Governor Obaseki's administration was revoked by this current governor, Senator Monday Okpebholo, and they've been crying about it, saying, look, what have we done? What is our crime? We've been there for quite a while. This governor chose to make us civil servants, and you just came into the scene, and bam, you took it away from us. We want food from our table. Dr. Andrew, what do you have to say about that?
Okay, the thing is this. You know, the PDP and my friend Innocent here have been crying about due process.
Yes.
And if you are asking Okpebholo to follow due process in one breath, and you are asking him not to uphold due process in another breath, it amounts to you talking from both sides of your mouth. And that's what the PDP is doing right now. The governor, at the twilight of the Obaseki administration, decided to engage his numerous SSAs in the civil service of Edo State, less than a month to the end of his tenure, something he did not do for 8 years. And many of these guys were just issued appointment letter without following due process.
Don't forget that we have teachers in the mix.
I'm coming.
Okay.
Without following due process. It is usually the Civil Service Commission that will organize recruitment, examination, interviews, and then formal documentation before you are issued, issuance of appointment letters, and then formal documentation before you resume. Many of these guys have not even resumed. Many of them are even talking, and they were just giving this letter like for giving sake.
Giving sake or appointment?
They were just giving the letter.
Or employment?
Yes, that's what I'm saying now. Many of them were just giving, let us quickly do it. Fire brigade. At the end of the day, you are not trying to use that to create problems for the incoming administration. That, as if that was not even enough. Many of these guys have been fired. Where people were engaged as level 14 officers. Many of these people that they are not even from Edo. It will shock you that majority of these guys that are crying now that they have been disengaged, they are not from Edo. Many of them are from Lagos, Asaba, Igbos,
we still have some Edo State indigenes affected.
If those, for all those that are affected,
yes.
Each time I sit here and I make prayer, I tell you, you doubt me, but it's fine. But for those that are from Edo that were affected and are qualified, by the time the recruitment process begins again, I am assuring you here now that they will be the first to be considered as far as they are qualified. So you cannot just bring unqualified people.
Are you speaking as the governor or as a
I'm not
mouthpiece?
speaking as the governor. I'm only telling you that Monday Okpebholo that I know is an empathetic fellow. He's a man that has worm, that has worm in his stomach. He's a man that actually has blood flowing in his veins. It's not a maton. When you refer to somebody as a maton means iron. It's not an hematon. All right? We had a maton for 8 years. People who do not have empathy for the people. But we now have a human being, somebody that has blood flowing in his veins. And I'm telling you that many of these things, will be taken into consideration when the time comes. Because if you check Monday's background very well, His Excellency, you will know that he's a man that grew up from the scratch. And so when people like that act, you will see the love with which they act. All these things you are seeing now is not born out of the fact that he wants to impress anybody. It is born out of the love, the massive love that he has for Edo people. Like I was trying to say here, it will shock you that you have people who have never been in any civil service job in their lives. Yet they were brought, recruited, and made level 14 officers. Whereas you have people who have been in the civil service, who rose through the ranks. It is our prayer, me and you, that one day God will help us to get to the zenith of our career. Abi, you know they pray like that.
Sure, why not?
That is my prayer. And so, how can I just be praying? I'm level 13. And I'm hoping that by next year, I will be level 14, because every time you have vacancy, as people are retiring, there are vacancies. And you are now praying, you have been. And then, they just bring somebody from Lagos. And just make it level 14. That vacancy that you have been praying for, that now existed, has not been filled by somebody who has never been to the civil service job, who do not even have experience of civil. And that was what happened. And the man said, no, this cannot happen. This cannot happen. The right thing must be done.
Okay.
And now he has said, you guys go. Let those who rose through the ranks and may reach the next position to occupy it.
All right.
What is bad in that?
I'll come back to you. Because some are saying that it's not only about level 14. Some started even with a normal level after going through the training of a do best, or how do they classify it, and they given, how will I put it now, employment. All of a sudden, this governor came in and said, no, that is illegal. That is illegal. Hold on, I'll come back to you. Over now to you. Talking about putting food on the table. Don't you think that the governor of the day remove food from the table of these people?
Thank you so much, Wilson. We should want way that will also help your career, so that in the next 5-10 years, once anybody go within a marshal, the person will be amused to say, wow, there came a man in the journalism sector who did his best to make sure the information here was got into the ground. A few days ago, likely on Thursday, we were on the street roaming. Sometimes don't just roam on the street without camera. Go and sit. So you do sit with me somewhere. And you see that where that place you get information, raw information. Whatever I tell you here is what you can take to the bank. What Obaseki did, not, I don't joke with food on anybody's table.
Yeah.
But there are some food on your table that will burn your hand and burn your mouth. So those type of food is not what you can give to somebody. How was that be that? Take your time. I can also sacrifice mine if I'm free. Let's go and ask. Don't ask me. Don't ask him. Don't ask him. Ask people who wears the shoe. They will tell you. In Obaseki, 6 to 7 years, nobody was employed well into the civil service.
How do you mean?
I'm not asking you. I say, go. We are going. That's what I'm telling you. I've told you what I got on the street. So if you don't also want to believe, take your time to come there. We will come back. What he now did, he did his best to make sure nobody. Few people, let's come together and move. When it dawned on him, because he was not a politician, when it dawned on him that the time was up, what he needed to do now was, all those teachers you saw, that they just verbatim teaching you this, teach this. You remember too, teachers protesting that they are yet to be given appointment letter or jobs. That teachers will not also pay like their mates in the civil service when they increase the money to 70,000. It's when teachers came out to say we are not among go. Ours is still 20 to 30,000. We are not being paid.
And he corrected it.
Just listen. If you knew this had happened, I'm sure you would have added this when you were asking questions. When that thing now happened, the teachers were about 4, 6, 7, 800. The amount cannot. They were still floating in the system after being used. Teach them laptop pattern. They kept them just floating in the system. As Baba now wanted to go, Baba said, let my sins not be upon you people. Come and get appointment letter. To me, if this was supposed to be done 2 years up to as we are going, you perfect and strategize all this one. Then the civil service job, most of my friends that were SSA discussed and said, you think you will come out and we'll change out. And truly, they told me, they mocked me that they are not in the civil service. And I said, this type of job is this one. You first do civil, you know how they do civil service job, even for your age. At my age now, at my age. I don't tell you I'm a civil service job. You want to mock me with all this one civil service job. What I didn't start when my mates, age mates are directors, permanent secretaries. They now start a civil service. You two just say, Abaye, this food on your table will burn your mouth. It's not good. Won't you guide me? When my friends are now in civil service at old age, I'm not saying this guy job one of the you are not saying they mock on yourself. I say, you don't give us, if I don't give us, will they use the retirement benefit later for future? Then the man now came to say, okay, let's sanitize the whole system. The man didn't say, let's sanitize it from 3 years ago, 2 years ago. He said, from May. Check your fact. From May. That's what I said, something happened in May that was not decent in the eyes of anybody.
Exactly.
He said, let's rectify these issues. He didn't say, let's everything go. Some people, sometimes we should be thankful that we didn't have a governor who continued fighting. And then would have been messed up. Now the governor is bringing peace to people. I know people that have called me who say, boss, I beg, in case this man will behave so reach down and do for revoke my CFO, I beg, let me know, I beg, make us still say I will take one. And we have people who sold house for 6 million, 8 million at Obagi. Full building, on hearing that destruction started. A man sold his home for 8 million naira. 3-bedroom front, 3-bedroom back. 8 million naira. The first turn on your left when you get to Obagi Zenith, it's not going to right, going to Sapele Road. He sold his property for 8 million. So, if that type of man now yet to borrow that, they want to now secure those places. Because after destroying those houses, nothing happened in that area. Till now.
Okay.
Then now, if that man now sits down, if that man was your in-law, because I know you respect your in-law so much, that lost his property there, and the man now said, oh, that we see, this Baba went to say he won't get am back now. Or that man is trying able to now get his land or his property back. Are you saying that man will not pray for you? So we had a governor who has come to say, let's do things right. You know, not even all APC too are also happy. Welcome to the rest of us, we are happy. Why we are happy is that development cannot happen in the place of rancor. I'm sorry, man, I've been able to put peace, not to say let peace reign.
Okay, I'll come back to your Baraye. Let's get to hear from Innocence. He's talking about the job thing. He said the ex-governor started I want to put that normalizing employment at the twilight of his administration. He says something was wrong with the process, but at least there was food on people's table. They were happy about it, only for our current governor right now to say, hey, that food is a wrong kind of menu, take it off the table. Now, what do you have to say about that?
Everything is totally wrong with the employment processes. Now, you increased minimum wage to 70,000 naira. Now you didn't employ those people, just like as he said. Now if you actually wanted to employ people, make them permanent them in the civil service, you would have done that. If he had done that 2 years before his tenure was rounding up, that would have been then this governor is taking, once we revert it, people will cry out.
Who protest?
Do you understand? People will cry out. How can you then be leaving office with less than 3 months to, and you're employing 5,000? You know how much that will have to the wage bill of the state? It may even be possible that without 5,000, the present government may not even be able to, definitely will not be able to pay. No reasonable governor will inherit such. Even when the governor is even from your own political party, they will still upturn, they will revert it, they will cancel it, they will start, they will pause it. It happened in Delta State. Udwaga was leaving office and he flooded the civil service with people from different parts of the people were buying slots. They bought slots. People from Anambra, majority of them from Anambra, bought slots and they entered the civil service. Most of those people even had salaries. And Okowa came, saw the whole thing and said, no, this will not happen. Those appointments, those employments were all terminated. They sent them back home. It was after some years, the civil service now looked into it and decided to bring back some of them. So this is a normal process. You don't just do that. You would have done it. You would have done it years before you're leaving office. So
you're saying this governor is right,
yeah,
and that
very
like agreeing on this, that what he did in regard of that particular civil service is on point.
Sorry?
You said it's on point for what he did.
For what the government did, yes. What the government did. What the government did, yes.
All right. Now, let's take a look at appointment. Obare just poked the hornet saying some APC members, they are not happy, but he said there is peace in the aspect of appointment. Some APC members are not really happy with what is happening right now because it's not getting to them yet. Some are saying they are sensing nepotism, favoritism in the appointment of all these persons that we are seeing. Some are saying that the appointment is between three cardinal persons. I wouldn't want to mention names now. And that is like heating up the politics gradually in the APC, that in time the whole world will know. Dr. Andrew.
I will start by asking, who are those that are not happy?
Most of the party, some of them.
I've not seen any.
They've not seen any.
No,
are you sure about it?
Yes, I'm going to say.
Continue.
Well, I don't know what you mean by nepotism in the appointments so far. Because, whether you like it or not, the appointments that have been made so far are appointments that are the behest of the governor. We talk of chief of staff, secretary to the state government, chief press secretary. Those are appointments that are the behest of the governor. Nobody will, if I were a governor, nobody will come and pick my chief of staff for me. Nobody will come and pick my SSG for me. Or somebody who's going to be my spokesman. Nobody will pick that for me. Those are appointments that I will sit down and look at people that I know that are competent to handle this thing. If, okay, you're talking about maybe Edo South, I think that's what you mean by nepotism. Again, that is still not true. And even if there are such people who are not happy, it is also premature. Because there are appointments that are specified by the Constitution. For instance, commissionership. Commissionership will go around the 18 local governments. In fact, some local governments in Edo South will get to. Some local governments in Edo South will get to. Whereas local governments in other places are going to get 1-1. Some local governments in Edo South will get to. Same with special advisors. So when you say nepotism, is it that the time came for appointment of commissioners and the governor neglected Edo South or some of the biggest local governments like Oredo and all of that, gave them one? It hasn't even gotten there. When people are talking, many, because they don't know, okay, you are expecting the governor to take chief of staff from where? If the man decided, if you are talking of nepotism, it would have been okay, or I would have agreed with you, if the man had just picked his chief of staff from Edo Central, where he comes from. He could have done that and never will not fall. But he said, no, let chief of staff also go elsewhere. He took it to Edo North. That is his prerogative. It is not anybody's decision to take. It is the governor's decision to take. So I don't know. In fact, I'm a member of the APC, and I think my party, is happy. Our people are happy so far with the governor. I mean, nobody is angry about appointments. Appointments will come even between now and the next 1 year, 2 years. Appointments will still on. We are looking at over 5,000 boards, parastatals. Several other channels will be created because the governor has a lot to do, a lot of work. And so there are so many areas, new areas, that will be created in order to aid some of the new developments that you will see as we progress between now and in 100 days in office. I told you, and I'm not bluffing. I'm not making noise about it. After 100 days in office, we will gather here again. You will thank me. Innocent will thank me. PDP, I'm sure their state chairman will come out and thank me for supporting Okpebholo to become governor of Edo State.
I'm just asking the question.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anyway. Because Okpebholo is here to bring genuine development, to bring true development, all right, predicated on intellectualism, predicated on good governance, predicated on when Duglisias, the foremost development expert, defined development. He said development is an answer to the three fundamental questions of what is happening to poverty, what is happening to inequality, what is happening to underdevelopment.
Oh, okay.
And Duglisias concluded that if all of these answers are positive, it means development has. And Okpebholo knows this.
Okay.
He knows this. He knows that definition.
Dr. Andrew.
And is coming to eradicate poverty, to eradicate inequality,
Dr. Andrew,
and then
calm down.
genuine development to our
Dr.
people.
Andrew, calm down. Well, viewers will come back again to continue with the discussion this time around with David Deep into appointments. We are extrailing the strides of Okpebholo's administration. We'll be right back after the short break.
TMI, every opinion counts.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is TMI. We're trailing the stride of Governor Okpebholo's administration and bringing forth questions in the hearts of so many Edo citizens. Yes, both from PDP, from the APC members, from Edo citizens, even from Nigerians are asking questions. We're saying, how come your governor is just doing this and doing that? When did he really carry out the plan? When did the bidding come up? Talking about appointment, it's like some APC members are not happy about it. They are saying they've seen the list appointed already and their names are not in the list. What is going on? Okorosa Obaraye, in course of our discussion, you'll find that some APC members are not even happy, but there is peace. Can you liken that to a graveyard peace? And of course, in terms of appointments, do you think the House in full, in particular, they are happy about what is happening?
No. They can't be happy. Let me also, I don't want to sound like prophet of doom, but let me bring it. Political experience plus or minus now is about over approximately 30 years that I've been in politics. So whatever I've said now will definitely come up. Just when I told you that no matter what Obaseki will do, he cannot deliver a successor. No matter. So there would have been no way he would have done that. Because there's a political sin you cannot do and go away from it. There's a political dictionary that you have to study very faithfully. So I also like to let you know that if APC is not so careful, within the next 1 or 2 years, APC will go into total disarray. The reason is not far-fetched. The reason is because they have something to share. So everybody is coming there. What is even saving the party now is that the campies are not started coming. Once the campies starts coming out, the whole place will pop up. It happened to PDP. PDP was in a party on their own, going peacefully. Peacefully. They were just enjoying their second fiddle role with constantly winning Edo Central, House of Assembly, Senate, House of Rep, until the governor came. And hurriedly they opened the door. And in a jiffy, the entire thing collapsed. That as we speak today, PDP does not have a senator. And luckily, just one House of Rep. The worst they've got since 1999. Why? Because they had the food to share and crisis. Okay. So if APC is not also very, very careful, same thing with plunging, because everybody is facing here. And where everybody is facing, greed comes, nepotism comes, backbiting comes. The next thing you are going to hear is, why will you give professor a job when you know he already has a job in University of Benin, not knowing that you that is saying it. You were quiet and dumb when professor left his job to start working to risk his life for this party. You were also dumb and blind when Obayi left everything to make sure that for the past 8 to 10, 15 years, speaking on the side of this party on this place, then they will not start complaining. So it must come up. But for we that is why when people say, I tell them, no, it is better. Go and look for something to do. Because if you put yourself on this place, it will provoke. And if you are not also very, very careful, just the way the sins of Obaseki robbed my good friend as well. If you don't also be careful, it will also rob you. So it's better you leave them because they are used to themselves. So what is happening now is that we are still understanding the system. But the Okpebholo is trying so well to make sure peace reigns. And I'm happy about that.
To manage situation.
Yes. The reason why you always get it is that you don't need to at our age, if we can no longer mention names, it goes to show that we are fools. My son is signing will ask me. And yet if I'm already telling him to say, if your teacher, you're professor, ask questions. So why can't I mention questions? You can also now keep quiet to know that in the nearest future, people will go and talk to others for Sobole. Same people will live there with their car, but talk to Ezeyabu. And if there are two those that study the system.
Chenebe is beginning to refute some comments that is not the leader of APC in the North.
Just to say the same.
Has it started already?
A party chairman denied that feat already. So that's going to tell you that you must say this. It must go. Don't shy away from it. It's not what we should be arguing about. I get it now. We are peaceful when we are in opposition. Because that time, even if you slap anybody, everybody want to keep quiet because why won't ever fight? Now, if you slap anybody, you want to slap a deputy governor, but what's up, deputy governor? Because they have something to share now. So quarrel must come. So the governor has a lot to do. Not just the big issue. I get it now. Because if you also, the love the governor has, that he saw a governor which everybody rejected, even when he was bringing anybody to say no. So he has to understand why they chase this man like this. Why would this man chase as if they're carrying leprosy and cancer? I get it now. You must know why he was chased. So you must not sit down to say, we really want to be chased in that form. Don't destroy your party structure. If you must destroy every other thing, the party that brought you to limelight and power, don't destroy it. Don't try it. That was the political sin Obaseki committed that he suffered in the last day. The structure that brought him, he collapsed it. You cannot again at this point start rebuilding the structure. It took people. I've just told you now that I left every other thing since 2005 when I left Akpom as civil engineer to face politics. Since 2005, I contested as a councillor 2006. So on your own, just start calculating to say, if this person don't put this thing since that time, where were you? Then you want to not come to say I'm irrelevant today. No way now. Wow. I told you, I said, a very, very big leader, political leader in this state, two of them, told me during my political sojourn, my late father, may his soul rest in perfect peace, told me, go and meet these my friends. They will tell you things I'm not supposed to tell you. And I met him very early in the morning like this. Was eating, I wanted to eat with him. I rejected, said no. He said, come and eat. And after eating, he said, because you have eaten with me, I will tell you this. Pray for me not to lie on your head. I'm old man, my father's age mate, telling me, pray for me not to lie on your head. I said, Daddy, he said, yes. So do I have any other job at this point? I said, no. He said, so if you joke with me, I will lie on your head before you deny it. I'm off.
So what's happening right now?
I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. Old man, as we speak, that should be in his 80s. Another one living in the hyper of GRA, very popular. That one will tell you, don't provoke me politically, because if I allow your head, you cannot deny it. So these are their job. They don't have any other job. This is their job. They paint it so well. A man, I want to say it now that maybe my fellow youth leaders way back will laugh it up now. During Godwin Obaseki's first election, we went to government house, Osi Oshobole. As we were living, just as the way Oshobole would usually do, you cannot see Oshobole and your life will remain the same. It's impossible. It's impossible, no way. Immediately he raises his hand, you are blessed. So pray, he raises all both hands, and your life has changed. And as we are living, we kept that money in the boot. It was in our presence, we carried that Ghana must go, everybody together in the boot. I said, this car, let's move with this car to the GRA. And to also respect our leader, we say this car must be in the boot of our leader. Because every other person cannot be trusted. Nobody, no, you never get me. This one, no, we cannot trust. We trust our leader. Our leader, the hand like this on the back seat, the driver on the front seat, cars at the front, cars at the back. And we stopped in our leader's house. Carried the Ghana must go, took it out. Immediately, because we knew that the Ghana must go that was tight, was already losing. And there was no stopping, we didn't leave them. What you have put to this Ghana must go? Over 3 to 4 million was mixing. And the first thing he asked, he said, how people are not taking after your money? I said, no, a park cannot steal our money. But
Something is wrong.
Something is wrong. So you can see, and that he made sure we never saw Oshomole getting dead because we are angry. He made sure we never saw him again. That he said, hey, because he was the one that took us there, and not say he stole our money. How much is 3 million that we steal? How much is 3 million? How much is 3 million? He came and said, oh, right. Sorry, you didn't steal our money. So he goes to tell you how salient and how stupid some people can be. If he start believing in this set of people, we that know them no longer respect them because we know this is their job.
Okay.
So if he believes it, if he wants to have a comfortable, smooth running government, he should leave the party for the politicians to play because we know ourselves.
All right.
But if you want to talk on it, if they claim the Obaseki was clear, it might not land in Edo Central, it might go around the Kogi.
Thank you. Over now to you, Innocent, because like what you rightly said, there is something to share. Surely there's Kobo and some pens in the APC. Some have the hope of being revenue collectors. Right now it was stopped. They are not happy about it on one ground. They're saying, look, what's up? We worked for it. This ought to be our share. We're supposed to produce a commissioner. What is going on? Another person presented the commissioner. What is really happening? What do you have to say about this appointment so far?
Okay. For me, I think so far, so good. The governor has not been fair in distribution of portfolio. Yeah. Now, you see, there are a lot of issues. You know, Andy will speak as a politician. I'm not surprised because he teaches politics. Osama Barry will hit the nail on the head. He will tell you how it is. Yeah. Now, looking at the appointment so far, a lot of persons are crying. You know, there is this faction in the APC right now that they feels that they'll tell the governor that they gave him the ticket. Another faction says, we made you the governor. If not for our region, you would not have emerged the governor. So we know what played there. Now, a certain local government, they are saying, this is a donut. So how come the governor has made 3 appointments and that appointment goes to just one local government? And I think that local government, I think they have 2 constituencies. And it seems the 3 appointments has gone to just a certain one of the constituency. Even in the same Esako, where they have 3 local governments, Esako Central, Esako Region are saying they don't have anything. On one federal constituency, no appointment yet for them. But whereas Esako West, they have the chief of staff, they have the commissioner for health, they have the newly appointed man from Lagos. They will not agree that he's from Lagos anyway.
You go again.
From Lagos. ABS, he worked, you may say he attended university, he worked in ABS. But why you people were doing all this fighting battle, fighting Obaseki, trying to enthrone the leadership of Okpebholo, where was he? You don't just go somewhere and bring it. Is this man not qualified to be a commissioner? That you know, oftentimes he comes here. These are the grassroots-rooted politicians. They have to be considered. But you go one place and bring somebody and tell me because of one leader has told you to appoint this person. Where did Suleiman have a campaign for Okpebholo? Now that aside, 3 persons from one local government. Akogo Edo, none yet. Onwa East, Onwa West, none yet. Then look at the Edo South, that is the majority. Look at the appointment that have come from Edo South so far. Now you will say that the deputy governor is from Edo South. Yes, but what else? What other appointments? Attorney General. Minorities are getting key appointments. Then the goose that lays the golden eggs. When you say those states is when you say those states is oil producing, the oil comes from Edo South, of your Southwest, of your Northeast.
Orion one,
Okpebholo, and they are still the largest. They are still the largest. So so far, it has not been fair. Yeah, it has not been fair. I think this governor is being dictated. Someone is dictating for him.
Are you sure about that?
Who to appoint and who not to appoint?
That's an allegation.
That is what it is.
Okay. Well, Listeners and viewers out there want to go for another break. We'll return. We're going to conclude this talk because I have another topic to dive into. We'll be right back. Is there really trouble brewing right now in the APC? Talking about Edo State as it stands. Remember, too many mouths to feed. We'll be right back.
TMI, every opinion counts.
All right, there is an adage in African proverb. I'll try to translate it into English. You know, when we all come together to kill a rabbit, we just have this one voice. Kill it, block the hole, add some more smoke, just keep pumping. There's an exit hole there, block it, let's work together. Maybe somewhere along the way to kill 2 rabbits. It's not the same mouth we use in killing the rabbit. It will not be the same mouth you use in sharing the rabbits. Would that be the case of APC government? Because they came out as a united front. They fought valiantly. They did all they could, and they won the election. Yes, some are still contesting it. That'll be for the judiciary to decide. But for now, they're in power. We're talking about appointment, railing the Okpebholo's administrative stride. We've talked about the flyover, talked about the people that were laid off, and of course we're not talking about appointment. Some people are saying, well, the way we are seeing this in pidgin English, not be the same mouth they take Kira, but not be that same mouth they go take Sheriff. Some are saying trouble is brewing and is picking up very fast because of the way the appointment is being given out. Well, to conclude our discussion on this particular topic about extending the stride, yes, someone else saying that the way the governor is going is making the last administration look bad. It's as if the last administration did nothing, knowing fully well that he did a lot. Whether I want to believe it or not, he did so much, but right now it's like this man is taking the shine of the previous administration by his stride. How long and how far do you think you'll be able to sustain this tempo, knowing fully well that the sharing formula is still in the mix? Dr. Andrew.
Do you know why I'm laughing? If I say what I want to say now, you will say, no, it's not true. But I'll say it anyway. Okpebholo, in less than 2 weeks in office, has achieved what Obaseki could not achieve in 8 years.
Oh, come on, doctor, no, doctor, you cannot say that. Doctor, you cannot say that. You can't say that. You can't say that.
I preempted you.
Many would disagree.
Let them disagree. This is my opinion. The truth is that Edo State is about to witness a revolution. This is what I'm telling you. You know, I'm saying it as if I'm joking, but I'm really serious here. When Oshomole was here, he did 8 years, and we saw the wonderful works that he did, from road construction to education to the health sector, just name it. Oshomole performed in every sector. Obaseki came, he could not continue with Oshomole's the energy with which Oshomole worked. In fact, it was expected that he would complete some of the projects that will help, develop Edo, especially with the flooding Edo. If you remember when we always come here during the rainy season, most times I always come late because I became a fish. I developed amphibious features.
You've got to be kidding
me. And I was always swimming.
You've got to be kidding me.
The flood everywhere. So it was expected that he will continue with the Benin City stormwater project to help the flood Edo, but he didn't. And many of the projects Oshomole started, he did not complete them. So many of those projects are still there uncompleted. Even the Benin City master plan, the revival of the Benin City master plan too, they were all abandoned. So at some point, people just saw that the man was just doing his thing, and even many of the projects that he said he did, all those road projects, they've all given way. I can take you to, if you want us to go, thank God I drove, so we'll go around.
No, hold on. So for interjecting, talking about roads, someone saying that it's claiming glory for the work done by Obaseki at Temboga.
Which work? Which Temboga? Have you gone to Temboga? No, have you gone to Temboga?
Okay.
So did he complete it? Where did he? What stretch of the road did he do?
Oh,
when you say Temboga, Temboga begins at over slope, and ends at upper mission slope. So what work did he do there?
Oh, just conclude, please.
So what I'm telling you is that Okpebholo is, is here to develop Edo genuinely, and so what we are asking Edo people is support. And forget whatever people are saying. It will not affect his spirit. This is not initial gra-gra. Initial gra-gra will mean that I'm just coming, I just talk, and I will not do anything. But if you go to Temboga now, work is ongoing, right? If you go to Rabat Park now, work is ongoing. Abi? And more of these projects will be rolled out within this coming month. That's before the end of the month, and then you will see it will be like a marathon, a tsunami.
All right.
All right, before the conclusion of his 100 days in office. And I must tell you here that Okpebholo means business.
Okay.
He means business.
Thank you so much, Dr. Andrew. Well, Commodore Barry, your last line in this discussion, knowing fully well that the governor is just started and many people have been hailing him. Some are saying no, flash in the pan, initial grad, we're able to sustain this. And remember also the issue of appointments.
Yeah, thank you. The reason why I want to believe that it's not initial grad is that I might not be from Edo Central, but I'm a political and I understand the terrain. I might not presently be at Edo North. I can tell you the political terrain of Edo North. I get it now. And even when you are sleeping, you will know that APC will win Edo North. Even when you say election is this evening or tomorrow, that does not need Byron paper to write. The month he was yet to be 2 years as a senator when he started this race. And he was already a shining star in giving his people political dividends, vis-a-vis when the contribution towards the security issue at Edo Central, I think he, if not the highest, one of the highest donor, even giving them cars and putting water where people said water cannot be. And even a few months ago, I watched it on ITV2 when you saw what he gave back to his constituents. We have a senator here in Edo South, and I'm shocked, I'm marveled that what he did, even those senators that have been there for 8 years, did not do it. And if less than 2 years he has done that, it goes to show that he has passion for his people, he has love for his people. And a man that has passion and love for his people, what you just need to give to that man is a little push. When you give him a little push, people around him will enjoy the more. Okay. So even if you make a man that does not have passion commissioner for enjoyment, there will be enjoyment seizure in that vicinity. But if you make a man that has passion and love for the people a councillor, it will look as if a local government chairman is in that vicinity. So for the issue of appointment, my brother, it will be so stupid and myopic for anybody to complain for the very just now. The reason why I'm saying that is that the way the Spanish will say, this is just the Tito. I get it now. We are eating that if you go better restaurant or what you get first. Yeah. All those food. The main menu. The main menu is yet to be served.
The main course is
yet to be served. We still have something to enjoy.
Some will say it's in the quality of, let's say, the dessert, so to speak. That's why they get to know the temperature or the tempo of the main menu.
Yes, let me tell you this. Yes. It was my leader, my political leader, Chief Lucky Nusakai Benedion, who brought the issue of chief of staff to the no. It was not there before. That today is now even everywhere. The chief of staff became the strongest in his administration because that's his friend. Yeah. The position does not really matter. It's who knows the governor that matters. When the chief of staff again was given to another person, the SSG became the strongest because he was the friend to the governor. So you can be the deputy governor and still be irrelevant in the system, and just be the chief of staff, or even be the commissioner for justice, and even be the commissioner for environment.
I'll be the strongest.
It will be the strongest.
Okay.
It's not by position.
All right.
It's by the love and connection you have between you and the person that appoints you.
Okay, thank you so much. Innocent, briefly, talking about the sharing formula, talking about what the governor has done so far, and how do you perceive APC, knowing fully well that some persons already complain about the employment, but they said this is just the beginning. We should just relax. The patient dog gave the fattest bone. Someone saying not in Nigeria anymore. You have to eat now. Eat now, please, briefly.
I think you, your previous question, you made mention of the revenue collectors, how
Yes.
they were asking the governor, when the governor said, calm down, you guys should chill first. They were not asking telling the governor, we worked for you and it is expected that we are supposed to settle also this part of the business, you know, with this, of the state. Now, I feel that, you see, I really commend the governor for actually asking those guys to pause. You know, I'm in the transport sector.
Yes.
Yeah, transportation is one of my major businesses. I have a lot of vehicles on the road.
Yes.
You know, our fear was, man, now that there's going to be change of guards, my drivers, these guys will come again and they'll come with different patterns.
Yeah.
You know, most of my vehicles are branded boats, and I know what I get from advertising boats for boats.
Yeah.
You know, so people like us were actually concerned, but thank God the governor came and he asked them to stay away for the now. And now, what I feel that the governor would have done, the governor would have maintained status quo. The previous people that were collecting these revenues for the state government, for the previous government, through Inland Revenue Services, would have continued that. So, you know, then they actually don't use cash. They don't collect cash. So it is a centralized system. They have their POSs, and that goes directly into the coffers of the state. At least with that, the state, by now, every day, will still be generating money. But in his wisdom, he decided they should hold, and those other people who want to come and take over the business should wait. But now, what I feel will happen is, if he had allowed those people to continue, after a period of time, he will have idea of what is actually coming into the coffers of the state. Then through that process, he will now adjust if to continue with those people or bring in these contractors who actually supported him, equal to contractors with the previous government that ended in 2016, who actually supported him, who actually gave him maximum support. Then he would have compared both. If the state is actually generating enough money, then maybe these guys, he would have actually repositioned them. Do you understand? Would have repositioned them, made them board chairman, just the way he's giving compensating his political allies. At least that would distract them.
Oh, right.
Now that they have said that, they should go and apply. They should go and apply. If he gives them that job, without giving them
A guideline.
the guideline, I think the system will bring back those people that have left the street will come back and
Okay.
they'll
Thank
the
you.
system.
Thank you so much. We don't want to hear if I slap you. Come on, pay the cash. Forget POS, pay the cash. I'm just joking.
You were not hearing that before.
I'm just joking.
You were not hearing that.
Even under
really?
Pastor,
No, we are not hearing that.
Seriously?
You were not hearing that. I told you over 15 times here.
Seriously?
So go to first junction before now. First junction. I told you. I was not hearing it.
just say so.
I told you.
I was not hearing it.
No.
Even if they were doing it, it's hard to think.
Yeah.
That does not go to the state.
It was the first time you now have people to say a community money now. Zenith Bank at Sapler Road,
Okay.
near First Junction. The other place at.
But now it has stopped.
Yes, now.
You got this one like
It was worse off now.
you got this one like chairman chop money.
Yes,
in
man.
Benin, yeah, you got movie your wow.
Yeah.
Bring it up. I'm like, come on now, calm
It was
down.
worse off.
Calm down. Anyway, the governor, according to some, he's a tortoise because he's very, very wise. He, according to what they are saying, knows how to manage these people, because managing politicians is the most difficult thing to do. And now that you have wretched of them, barrage of them, barracudas, they are saying, yes, we worked for you. We removed someone that was so strong. Come on, what about our sacrifices? Something just got to give. Learn how to make these people happy, not to the detriment of the state. No, don't make that mistake of saying because we want to satisfy them, the state will suffer. No, there should be a balance. a balance, and they should understand that, look, if you go beyond this point, the state will suffer. Please, there must surely be a balance. Remember those that worked for you. Remember those that campaigned for you vigorously on air, off air, social media, on the road. Remember them, but not to the detriment of your governing the states. Please, let's make this thing clear. And if you're out there watching, hearing the sound of my voice, learn to pray for this governor. Too many things, like what I used to say, no matter how hard you walk into the night, you cannot feed too many mouths. It's practically impossible. And what we have right now, too many mouths, too many interests. You really have to pray for the governor for him to make the right decision. Don't forget the people that worked for you. So I'm saying don't repeat the mistake of the past. Don't repeat the mistake of the past. Carry everyone along, but not to the detriment of the state. There must surely be a balance. Find that balance so that you will not go to the tipping point